La pace sia con tutti voi.
Life inside the Vatican, the smallest country with an exorcism school and no women.
The whole of the Vatican and the Catholic Church is full of secrets because of what it's done over the last 2,000 years.
Ever wondered what life is really like inside Vatican City, the world's smallest nation, complete with its own exorcism school and unique societal fabric? We're taking you on an in-depth journey behind its ancient walls. For more fascinating deep dives into unique places and untold stories, be sure to follow our channel now. Let's explore the hidden world of the Vatican. Vatican City, an independent city-state enclaved within Rome, Italy, commands a unique and often mystifying position on the world stage. It is a place where ancient tradition converges with modern global influence, where spiritual authority holds temporal sovereignty, and where daily life unfolds within the context of one of the world's oldest and most influential institutions, the Roman Catholic Church.
La pace sia con tutti voi.
Established as a sovereign entity through the Lateran Treaty of 1929, Vatican City is far more than just the official residence of the Pope. It is the administrative and spiritual nucleus of a global faith community exceeding 1 billion adherents. Its status as the world's smallest internationally recognized independent state, by both geographical area and population, belies its immense spiritual, cultural, and diplomatic reach. Understanding life within its storied walls requires delving into its distinctive governance, its profound spiritual underpinnings, including its formal engagement with practices like exorcism, the unique roles and societal dynamics, particularly concerning women, and its multifaceted interactions with the wider world. This exploration seeks to illuminate the intricate tapestry of existence in a place that is simultaneously a historical relic, a bustling administrative center, a profound spiritual sanctuary, and a sovereign state unlike any other. The dual nature of the Vatican is central to its identity. Vatican City State serves as the territorial entity providing a physical base, while the Holy See represents the Pope's ecclesiastical jurisdiction and the central government of the Catholic Church, conducting diplomatic relations and guiding the Church's global mission. This distinction is fundamental to appreciating the scope and complexity of life inside the Vatican. The most immediately striking feature of Vatican City is its status as the world's smallest sovereign nation, a characteristic that profoundly shapes every facet of its existence, from its intricate system of governance to the rhythms of daily life for its few hundred residents. Covering a mere 110 acres, approximately 44 hectares, this tiny territory operates with a level of autonomy and international recognition typically associated with far larger nations. Its population hovers around 800 individuals, though Vatican citizenship, a privilege distinct from mere residency, is held by an even smaller cohort of about 450 people. This citizenship is not conferred by birthright, a common standard globally, but is instead functionally tied to an individual's service or office within the Vatican or the Holy See. It is granted for the duration of their appointment and is usually relinquished upon the termination of their official duties, a system that underscores the Vatican's primary identity as an operational headquarters rather than a conventional residential nation. Despite its diminutive scale, Vatican City possesses a remarkable array of state-like functions and services, each contributing to its unique operational self-sufficiency and global image. It maintains its own postal system, Poste Vaticane, established in 1929, renowned among philatelists for its distinct and often artistically significant stamps. It operates an independent telephone system, issues its own euro coins highly sought after by collectors due to their limited mintage and unique designs, featuring the reigning pope, and manages its own internet domain, VA. Furthermore, Vatican Radio, founded by Guglielmo Marconi in 1931,
Telstar's marvels can be traced to the genius of a modest young man who died 25 years ago. Guglielmo Marconi astounded the
broadcasts news, religious programming, and papal messages in numerous languages to a global audience. Serving as a vital communication arm of the Holy See, the Institute for the Works of Religion IOR, commonly referred to as the Vatican Bank, manages financial assets and provides services to clergy, Vatican employees, and religious orders worldwide, though its operations have also been subject to scrutiny and reforms aimed at increasing transparency. Adding to its unique infrastructure is the Vatican Pharmacy, established in 1874, which is highly regarded in Rome and beyond for its ability to stock medications that may be difficult to find in Italy or other parts of Europe, serving both Vatican residents and those with special prescriptions from outside. The governance of Vatican City State is structured as an absolute elective monarchy, with the Pope as the Bishop of Rome and successor to St. Peter, serving as its sovereign head. The Pope wields supreme legislative, executive, and judicial power. However, the day-to-day administration of the territory is largely delegated. Legislative authority for Vatican City State is vested in the Pontifical Commission for Vatican City State, a body of cardinals appointed by the Pope for 5-year terms, with the president of this commission serving as the head of government, often referred to as the governor of Vatican City. The election of a new pope, following the death or, rarely, the resignation of the incumbent, occurs through a conclave, a gathering of the College of Cardinals. This process, steeped in centuries of tradition and secrecy, underscores the elective nature of this unique monarchy, where spiritual leaders from around the world convene to choose their next sovereign. Currently, Pope Leo XIII is the head of the Catholic Church and sovereign of the Vatican City State. He was elected Pope in the 2025 conclave on May 8th, following the death and funeral of Pope Francis.
Allow me to continue that same blessing. God loves everyone. Evil will not prevail. We are all in the hands of God. So without fear, united, hand in hand, with God and among ourselves, we go forward.
This micro-state character profoundly influences the daily life and logistical considerations for those who reside and work within its ancient, leonine walls. Security is a visible and meticulously managed aspect of Vatican life, entrusted primarily to two distinct bodies: the Pontifical Swiss Guard, with their iconic Renaissance-era uniforms designed, according to tradition, by Michelangelo, is responsible for the personal safety of the Pope, the security of the Apostolic Palace, and ceremonial duties at papal events. Founded in 1506, it is one of the oldest standing military units in the world, with its members being single Swiss Catholic males who undergo rigorous training. Complementing the Swiss Guard is the Gendarmerie Corps of Vatican City State, which functions as the police force, responsible for general security, public order, border control, traffic control, and criminal investigation within the territory. The small population and the shared purpose of serving the Church foster an intensely close-knit community. Social interactions are frequent, and there is often a strong sense of camaraderie among residents and employees. However, this can also lead to a degree of insularity, with life largely revolving around the Church's calendar and institutional activities. The physical environment itself is a unique blend of monumental architecture, sacred spaces, meticulously maintained gardens which cover nearly half the territory, and administrative buildings, all contained within a very limited area. For the families of lay employees who reside within the Vatican, life involves unique circumstances. For instance, comprehensive schooling for children or advanced, specialized medical care requires accessing facilities in Rome, highlighting a degree of dependence on the surrounding Italian infrastructure, despite the Vatican's sovereignty. The Vatican is not just a place of residence for clergy. It is also a significant workplace for thousands of laypeople employed in diverse roles. Archivists preserving centuries of documents, art historians and restorers maintaining its unparalleled artistic patrimony, journalists and technicians for Vatican media, administrators, maintenance staff, and shopkeepers, their daily routines, commutes for those living outside, and interactions contribute significantly to the operational life of this unique, sovereign state. A profound spiritual dimension naturally permeates every aspect of existence within Vatican City, the very heart of global Catholicism. This spiritual mission extends beyond routine liturgical celebrations and pastoral care to include more specialized and, to some, more mysterious aspects of faith, such as the formal ministry of exorcism. The Vatican's active engagement with and oversight of the rite of exorcism, including the provision for the training of priests in this specific ministry, underscores its unwavering commitment to traditional Catholic doctrines concerning the reality of evil, demonic influence, and spiritual warfare. While it is a common misconception that a physical exorcism school exists as a distinct campus within Vatican City's walls, the Holy See's Dicastery for Divine Worship and the Discipline of the Sacraments, formerly Congregation, holds the ultimate authority over the rite of exorcism and its proper application according to church law. The actual training and education for priests designated to perform exorcisms, or for those seeking a deeper understanding of this ministry, typically occur at pontifical athenaeums and universities located in Rome, which are academically accredited by the Holy See and operate in close theological alignment with it. For instance, the Sacerdoce Institute at the Pontifical Athenaeum Regina Apostolorum has become particularly well known for its intensive courses on exorcism and prayers of liberation. These courses are designed to provide a comprehensive formation, covering not only the theological and canonical aspects of exorcism, but also delving into related psychological, medical, and even criminological perspectives. The curriculum often includes an examination of church history regarding demonic influence, Mariology, angelology, the interpretation of biblical texts related to evil spirits, and pastoral discernment. A crucial element of this education is the emphasis on distinguishing between genuine cases of demonic possession, which the Church considers extremely rare, and various forms of mental illness or psychological distress. The Church mandates a thorough medical and psychological evaluation by qualified professionals as a prerequisite before the rite of exorcism can even be considered. This rigorous approach aims to ensure pastoral sensitivity and to avoid misattributing natural or psychological phenomena to supernatural causes. The official guidelines for performing exorcisms are detailed in the ritual book De Exorcismis et Supplicationibus Quibusdam, of exorcisms and certain supplications, which was revised and promulgated in 1999, replacing the previous rite from 1614. This revision itself indicates an ongoing theological and pastoral reflection on the ministry within the Church. The rite emphasizes that exorcism is a specific form of prayer and sacrament that the Church uses to protect or deliver individuals from the power of the evil one. Popes, including Pope Francis, have frequently spoken about the reality of the devil and the need for spiritual vigilance, thereby reinforcing the perceived relevance and necessity of this ministry in the contemporary world. The global demand from dioceses for priests adequately trained and authorized to perform exorcisms has reportedly increased, and the courses offered in Rome, under the aegis of the Holy See, represent a structured response to this ongoing pastoral need, ensuring that this ancient rite is administered with caution, wisdom, and fidelity to church teaching. This commitment to the ministry of exorcism, therefore, is not an arcane relic but an active, albeit specialized, component of the Church's pastoral care as envisioned and directed from the Vatican. The discussion of life inside Vatican City often encounters the assertion, or at least the strong perception, of it being an exclusively male domain. While this holds true for its uppermost echelons of governance and all ordained clerical roles, the statement, "no women," is factually inaccurate when considering the broader scope of daily life, employment, and residency within the Vatican. Indeed, women constitute a significant and indispensable presence, contributing their skills and dedication across a wide spectrum of activities essential to the functioning of this unique city-state and the Holy See. Members of various female religious orders, nuns, or sisters have a long history of service within the Vatican, undertaking roles in domestic support for papal households, charitable works, archiving, and assisting in administrative tasks. Their lives of prayer and service are an integral, if often quiet, part of the Vatican's spiritual fabric. Beyond religious sisters, a growing number of laywomen are employed in diverse professional capacities. They work as journalists, editors, and broadcasters for Vatican News and L'Osservatore Romano, as curators, art historians, restorers, and administrative staff within the world-renowned Vatican museums, as archivists and librarians in the Vatican Apostolic Archive and Library, as academics and administrators in pontifical academies and councils, and in crucial secretarial, financial, and technical support roles across the numerous dicasteries and offices of the Roman Curia. Some lay male employees of the Vatican reside in apartments within its walls with their families, which naturally include their wives and daughters, further integrating female presence into the residential community. These women bring their professional expertise and diverse perspectives to their work, contributing significantly to the Vatican's mission and daily operations. However, despite this active presence and multifaceted contribution, the governance structure of Vatican City State and the leadership of the Holy See remain exclusively male. This reality is a direct consequence of the Catholic Church's long-standing doctrine, reaffirmed by successive popes, that restricts priestly ordination to baptized men. The theological rationale for this position is typically rooted in the Church's understanding of apostolic tradition, the symbolic representation of Christ by the priest, and Christ's own choice of 12 male apostles. Since all key leadership positions within the Church, including those of bishops, cardinals, heads of curial dicasteries, and ultimately the Pope himself, require priestly or episcopal ordination, these roles are, by definition, inaccessible to women. This structural reality means that while women can and do hold positions of significant responsibility and influence in advisory or administrative capacities, they are not part of the ultimate decision-making clerical hierarchy that governs the Church and, by extension, Vatican City State. In recent years, particularly under Pope Francis, there has been a discernible effort to appoint more women to positions of higher responsibility within the Roman Curia, signaling a move towards greater inclusivity. Notable appointments include Sister Raffaella Petrini as the Secretary General of the Governorate of Vatican City State, effectively the Deputy Governor, the highest-ranking woman in the state's administration; Sister Natalie Bequart as an Undersecretary of the Synod of Bishops, with the significant inclusion of voting rights in the Synod Assembly, a first for a woman, and several other women as undersecretaries or members of various dicasteries and pontifical commissions. These appointments are highly symbolic and represent a practical recognition of women's capabilities and the value of their perspectives in church governance. Nevertheless, they do not alter the fundamental theological position on female ordination, and thus the highest offices remain exclusively male. This ongoing dynamic of increasing female participation and influence in non-ordained roles, juxtaposed with the unchanging male-only clerical leadership, forms a central part of the contemporary discourse about the role of women within the Catholic Church and its central administration in Vatican City. The impact of a predominantly male decision-making structure on church policy, pastoral approaches, and its engagement with the modern world remains a subject of continued discussion both within and outside the Church. Beyond the specific structures of governance, spiritual practices, and societal roles, daily life within Vatican City is further characterized by a unique blend of cultural rhythms profoundly shaped by the liturgical calendar of the Catholic Church, a distinct internal economy, and the Holy See's active and influential role in global diplomacy. The entire atmosphere of the Vatican is imbued with its religious purpose. Major feasts like Christmas and Easter, along with numerous saints' days and other liturgical celebrations, dictate the pace and focus of many activities. Papal audiences, masses in St. Peter's Basilica, and various religious ceremonies draw vast numbers of pilgrims and visitors, creating a vibrant, often crowded interface between this tiny state and the global Catholic community. Languages spoken within the Vatican reflect its international character. While Latin remains the official language of the Holy See, used for many formal documents and liturgical rites, Italian serves as the lingua franca for everyday administration, work, and social interaction within Vatican City. However, given the global nature of the Church and the diverse origins of its clergy and lay employees, many other languages are commonly heard, and multilingualism is a valued skill, particularly within Vatican media and diplomatic services. The Vatican museums, including the Sistine Chapel with Michelangelo's iconic frescoes, represent one of the world's most significant collections of art and antiquities. Tracing millennia of human history and artistic achievement, these treasures are not merely historical artifacts, but are seen as integral to the Church's cultural heritage and its mission of evangelization through beauty. The immense influx of tourists and pilgrims to the museums and St. Peter's Basilica significantly impacts the Vatican's daily environment and also constitutes a primary source of revenue for Vatican City State. This revenue, along with donations from Catholics worldwide such as Peter's Pence, income from investments and real estate holdings, and sales from its post office and other commercial activities, forms the basis of the Vatican's unique internal economy. The management of these finances and efforts towards greater transparency and accountability, particularly concerning the IOR, have been a focus of reforms in recent decades. For employees, unique economic conditions can apply. For instance, the absence of Italian income tax for those residing and working solely within Vatican City, and access to a Vatican supermarket and department store offering goods often at lower prices than in surrounding Rome, contribute to a distinct economic microclimate. The work environment itself within the Vatican is a singular blend of spiritual mission and bureaucratic administration. Thousands of individuals are employed in tasks ranging from the deeply pastoral and theological to the highly technical and managerial, all contributing to the functioning of the central governance of a global religion. This creates a workplace culture where ancient traditions and protocols intersect with modern administrative challenges and global communication demands, complementing its spiritual leadership. The Holy See, operating from Vatican City, plays a remarkably active and influential role in international diplomacy, a role that far surpasses what might be expected from the world's smallest territorial entity. It is crucial to distinguish that it is the Holy See, as the sovereign entity representing the Pope's universal jurisdiction over the Catholic Church, rather than the Vatican City State, the territorial sovereign, that maintains formal diplomatic relations. The Holy See currently has diplomatic ties with over 180 countries worldwide, in addition to its status as a permanent observer at the United Nations and its membership or observer status in numerous other international and regional organizations. The primary objectives of Holy See diplomacy are intrinsically linked to the Church's mission: the promotion of peace, justice, human dignity, religious freedom, interreligious dialogue, and humanitarian assistance. Papal nuncios ambassadors are posted in capitals around the world, serving as liaisons between the local church and Rome, and as representatives of the Pope to national governments. Historically and in contemporary times, the Holy See has often engaged in discreet diplomatic efforts, mediation in conflicts, and advocacy on behalf of persecuted minorities and vulnerable populations. The Pope himself, through his travels, public statements, encyclicals, authoritative teaching documents, and private meetings with world leaders, exercises a significant form of soft power on the global stage, often addressing pressing international issues such as poverty, migration, climate change, and disarmament. This diplomatic engagement, rooted in a moral and spiritual authority rather than military or economic might, allows the Holy See to contribute a unique voice to international affairs, underscoring the Vatican's outsized influence relative to its physical size. In synthesizing these multifaceted aspects, Vatican City emerges as a place of compelling paradoxes and unparalleled uniqueness. It is a sovereign microstate that wields vast global spiritual and diplomatic influence, an ancient institution navigating the complexities of the 21st century, a sanctuary of profound faith that also engages with earthly governance and pragmatic administration. Life within its venerable walls is shaped by a unique confluence of absolute monarchical governance headed by the Pope, a deep commitment to ancient spiritual traditions including the specific ministry of exorcism, and a societal structure where women contribute significantly in diverse professional and religious capacities while being excluded from the ordained ministry and, consequently, the ultimate echelons of clerical power. Its daily rhythms are set by the liturgical calendar and the operational demands of a global church, while its distinct internal economy and its active role on the international stage further underscore its singular character. The challenges faced by the Vatican are as unique as its attributes. These include maintaining its spiritual relevance in an increasingly secularized world, navigating complex ethical issues, ensuring financial transparency and accountability, fostering dialogue across cultures and religions, and addressing internal calls for reform and greater inclusivity. Yet, for centuries, it has endured as a center of faith, art, culture, and diplomacy. For its residents and employees, life inside the Vatican is more than just an occupation or a place of abode. It is an immersion in a living history, a participation in a global mission, and an existence within a community bound by a shared, profound, and often complex purpose. Ultimately, Vatican City remains a potent symbol and an active force, a tiny enclave whose spiritual and moral voice continues to resonate with billions and to command attention on the world stage, making it an enduring object of fascination, reverence, and scrutiny. If you find this content useful, don't forget to click the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss the next videos. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.